Hey, John here, Chief Motivator over at Method 3 Fitness, and I'm coming at you with a special holiday edition of the digital learning experience, all about what to do with all this Halloween candy. So let's talk about the real culprit in the room though, sugar, right? So sugar it's broken down in the body into glucose, and that's something that happens with all the carbohydrates that you eat, and that can be a good thing if they're the good source of carbohydrates. It's going to get broken down into glucose. Your body's going to use it for energy immediately. Some of it will get stored in the muscle or the liver as glycogen to be used later, and the rest can get converted as adipose tissue, otherwise referred to as body fat, especially right where you want it is usually where it tends to go. So the problem with very sugary things like candy is that they are digested super rapidly in your body. Your insulin levels spike and your body goes, holy smokes, what am I going to do with all the sugar? There's only so much of it can store as glycogen and use as energy, and the rest gets stored as body fat. So what do we do about it? Well, I've got a couple great tips for you. The one thing I wanted to see if you guys can do for your kids as you're getting ready to embark on this Halloween adventure, in order to have these carbohydrates break down just a little bit slower, you can combine a little meal maybe prior to the trick-or-treating, whether it's dinner you're having before trick-or-treating or just a snack with some protein and fat. That will allow it to actually break down a little bit slower and make sure that you can actually get all that sugar broken down a little bit slower so they don't go crazy right after they have all the sugar. That's just one little tip. So here are my 5 main tips, and if you can't catch this as I'm talking through it, it's all good. We've got a blog post that is going to speak to exactly what I'm talking about. So the first thing you can do, which I really love, and you might have already done this, but you can buy the candy that you don't like. Now, some of us, I think, including yours truly, will go into it saying, oh my gosh, look at these, I love these, I'm gonna pass them out to the kids, AKA, I'm gonna have some too. So if you haven't bought your candy yet, please go out and buy one that you're like, when I think of this, I do not want it. Why? Because you're less likely to eat it when after Halloween, guess what? You got a ton left over. I think sometimes people's issues is not so much that they are consuming a lot of candy that their kids received, it's that they have leftover candy that didn't get taken from all the trick-or-treaters. So be mindful of that and maybe buy a candy that you don't like. Step 2 is going to be keep fruit on hand if you can, so that, again, post-Halloween, you're coming into, I've got all this Halloween candy at the office, at home. Well, keep some fruit on hand so that if that sugary craving triggers or happens, that craving that you're like, oh my gosh, I need a sweet. Well, instead of reaching for the sugar, you can reach for something like a nice piece of fruit, which has way more vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and fiber to not only break down a little bit slower, but actually give you something good instead of just added candy and, well, crap for your body. So that's number 2. Number 3 is hide it. Hide your candy, that's right. Or put it in a place that's really inaccessible and kind of inconvenient. So if it were me and I had maybe a garage or a shed out back, I'm gonna go put it there inside of a drawer behind a cupboard or cabinet because I'm less likely to go out there and get it. So that may sound crazy, but you're gonna thank me while you're sitting on the couch wishing that you had that piece of candy, but unfortunately you're really comfy and you don't wanna get up to go get it because it feels like it's half a mile away. All right, so that's step 3. Step 4 is going to be involving your kids. Can you do some type of collective bargaining? So one thing I know that we like to do with our kids that I think has been echoed by a few parents here at Method 3 is a little mini buyback. So they choose maybe 10 pieces of candy that they want to keep for themselves, and then we as parents kind of buy the rest back, and then they can go get whatever little toy they like to get. And I'm thinking something pretty minimal. If you've got a teenager, you've got to maybe rethink that. My kids are really small, so it's pretty easy to have like a little, I'm gonna get them, little washable tattoos, and that works. A coloring book. So you got to think maybe it's a new outfit, right, for your older teenager, but I think those things can really be effective and help you curb the sugar intake of your kids, which is great. And then last but not least, I think is a great way. I know it can be sometimes difficult to take all that sugar and say, oh, cool, coworkers, here you go. I know sometimes we have some partners here at Method 3 that will bring us, their coaches. Like we want to have the sugar, bring it in for us, saying, oh, you guys can handle it, you're good. But we have a sweet tooth too. So better way to do that is look up Operation Gratitude, and I want to say there's another one as well, but you can actually give the candy to a certain organization that will donate it and send it off to our troops. And while you may be thinking, okay, well, but now I'm just pushing the sugar on someone else, I can hear that, but I think there's something to be said about having a taste of home and getting something to say, hey, you're loved, you're appreciated, and hey, happy Halloween. Hope you enjoy some of this. So look into that as well. Again, if you forgot any of these great tips as I'm going through it right now, you can click on the link in the notes here and go to the blog post, which describes all these things, including links to Operation Gratitude and some others. So have a very safe and happy Halloween, and see if we can decrease that sugar just a little bit this year. Till next time.